Injury blow for the Reds. Liverpool's best player to be assessed after suffering concerning discomfort on international duty. Liverpool face an anxious wait over Ryan Gravenberch's fitness after the midfielder was substituted at halftime during the Netherlands World Cup qualifier against Finland on Sunday. The Dutchman has emerged as one of the Reds' most important players under Arne Slot, and the injury comes at an inopportune time. The Premier League champions have lost all of their last 3 fixtures. Gravenberch's injury scare. Per The Athletic, Gravenberch is set to be assessed after appearing to sustain an injury during the Netherlands World Cup qualifying win over Finland at the weekend. Ronald Koeman revealed at full-time that the substitution was precautionary in nature, although he did explain that the Red Star was suffering from hamstring discomfort. He has only missed 8 games throughout his time with the Reds, but could now be facing up to the reality of a layoff. Liverpool play Manchester United next and could do without arguably their best player, who previously struggled in Jurgen Klopp's final season. Being in the treatment room, he has been linked with Real Madrid, but his performances this season surely merit a new contract. Koeman said at full-time, Ryan indicated he was experiencing some minor hamstring discomfort. We obviously didn't take any risks with that. Gravenberch enjoying life under Slot. Manager Slot has transformed Gravenberch into one of the finest players in the Premier League, and he has revealed his delight at working under his countrymen at Anfield. He said, I just feel good in my skin, to be honest. But does that have a reason? Yeah, things are going well at the club. I'm just doing my thing, and it's working out well now. He, Slot, gives me confidence now. He just lets me start in the lineup. It's going pretty well. As a player, you obviously want to get minutes. For me, that confidence is part of it. With that confidence, I feel more comfortable, and with the minutes, it keeps getting better. Gravenberch added, he's a good coach. He knows what he wants. He has a clear plan. Yeah, so far, we're executing it really well. Clarity from the start is always nice for me. Pundit Jolien Lescott, meanwhile, has claimed he is one of the best midfielders in the world, adding, there's an argument for it. His contributions, his goals and assists. He's been in a title-winning team. He's been the best 6 in the league. He was arguably their best player last year. He should definitely be considered. If you're one of the best in any position in the Premier League, then you're going to be considered the best in the world. Gravenberch allays fears. The midfielder himself appears to have backed Koeman's version of events, insisting that he was only withdrawn as a precautionary measure. He added, it had a bit to do with fitness. The season is long, so it was precautionary. I feel good about myself and I have the confidence of the trainer. Thus far this season, the 23-year-old has made 8 appearances in all competitions, scoring 2 goals and providing 2 assists. He has been unable to limit their recent woes though, with the Reds losing to Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea on the bounce. Slot's side remain at the right end of the league table. They are second, just 1 point behind leaders Arsenal, ahead of the resumption of domestic duties. What comes next for Liverpool? Liverpool face United next weekend and will hope to have Gravenberch available. The Reds can ill afford a defeat against United, who sit 10th in the Premier League table. Once a classic rivalry, it has become altogether one-sided in recent years, and United have won just 2 of the last 10 meetings between the two clubs. Last season, at Anfield, the two drew 2-2, but Liverpool won 3-0 at Old Trafford. United have, at least, clawed back some credibility. Since a thumping 7-0 defeat at Anfield in 2023, the Red Devils have lost only once there, drawing 3 and winning 1. Alexis Mac Allister decision made as Liverpool gets injury update before Manchester United. Alexis Mac Allister has been a revelation for Liverpool, but he has struggled for form and fitness in recent months, and news that he is set to start for Argentina will concern some Reds fans. Alexis Mac Allister will feature for Argentina. Alexis Mac Allister is expected to start for Argentina in its friendly against Puerto Rico this week, despite concerns over his form and fitness over the last few months. Mac Allister missed the final few games of last season due to an injury, and also did not figure in either of Liverpool's first 2 preseason games. He is yet to complete 90 minutes for the Reds this term, and only came on as a substitute in Argentina's game against Venezuela last week. The game against Puerto Rico kicks off at 1 a.m. British Summer Time on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday, and Mac Allister's involvement in the game might concern Arne Slot and some supporters, considering the long flight time and short turnaround between the Argentina game and Liverpool's clash with Manchester United on Sunday. Slot already saw Ryan Gravenberch exit the Netherlands win over Finland at halftime due to a slight fitness concern on Sunday, while Wataru Endo also has a hamstring issue. Were Mac Allister to suffer any kind of setback against Puerto Rico, Slot may start to feel concerned about his midfield options going into the United game. Meanwhile, Mac Allister snubbed England as he named his favorites to win next summer's World Cup, naming Argentina, Brazil, Spain and France as the teams to beat in North America. Mac Allister won the tournament in 2022 as Argentina overcame France via penalty shootout after a pulsating final. Argentina has actually won the last 3 major tournaments it has competed in, with the team having also won the Copa America in both 2021 and 2024. Mac Allister won the World Cup in 2022. Spain, meanwhile, goes into the World Cup as the reigning European champion after winning Euro 2024, while France has contested the last 2 World Cup finals. Mac Allister said that he included Brazil as one of his favorites due to the country's pedigree in the competition. Brazil endured a disappointing qualifying campaign, finishing in 5th place in the CONMEBOL standings after winning just 8 of its 18 qualifiers, but it remains the most successful nation in World Cup history, having won the tournament a record 5 times. Spain, France, and Argentina are candidates, Mac Allister said. You can add Brazil to that. They're making a comeback, and even though they might not be at their best right now, it's a team with great players, and now a great coach has arrived. Brazil has its history and its weight. Right now, I see that Spain and France are among the best teams in the world, along with us and maybe a few others that could join. They have a clear idea of play, but we always trust in ourselves. Could Liverpool lose Alexander Isak already? Reds warned Barcelona, will I transfer when Robert Lewandowski leaves? Liverpool have been warned that they could quickly lose Alexander Isak, as Barcelona might consider a transfer for the Swedish striker once veteran number 9 Robert Lewandowski leaves the club. The forward could be set to go when his contract expires next summer, as the Catalan Giants are not expected to offer a new contract to the 37-year-old ahead of the expiry of his current deal. Isak still settling in Liverpool. It has been only just over a month since Isak joined Liverpool from Newcastle United for a British record £125 million, $169.3 million, transfer. The Swede did not have a proper pre-season due to his tussle with the Magpies over his desire to leave, which prompted Eddie Howe to remove him from the first-team squad. As a result, it took some time before Isak could regain his full fitness and match sharpness, and he is still adjusting to life in Merseyside. Isak has appeared in 6 matches across all competitions thus far, including 3 in the Premier League, out of which he started in 2 games. He has 1 league assist and a goal in the Carabao Cup for Arne Slot's side. Liverpool warned Barcelona could come after Isak. Even before he could settle in Liverpool properly, Isak is already being linked with a move away from Anfield, as ex-Barcelona and Spain star Gaizka Mendieta has claimed that the Catalan Giants could chase the forward as they eye him as a replacement for their aging star Robert Lewandowski. It was reported last week that Barcelona are leaning towards not offering Lewandowski a new contract when his existing deal expires next summer. The decision means the 37-year-old will be able to walk away as a free agent after 4 years with the club. The veteran forward has scored 105 goals in 156 appearances for Barca, with 4 already coming this season, including a brace and a late cameo off the bench to seal a stunning 6-0 win over Valencia in September. Speaking to OLBG, Mendieta said, "There was talk in Spain of Alexander Isak going to Barcelona before he joined Liverpool, who are stronger financially. Of course, there will be links between the best strikers and Real Madrid and Barcelona. At the moment Barca still have Robert Lewandowski, but they'll be looking for his replacement next year and Isak will be looked at. He's a great striker, he's been in La Liga already, he knows the competition. His performances last season for Newcastle were amazing. So far he seems to be settling quickly into Liverpool. Great strikers are never short of offers and opportunities in either Premier League or of course in Spain with the bigger clubs." Haaland and Alvarez possible options to replace Lewandowski. The other names that Barcelona could consider signing as Lewandowski's replacement are Manchester City star Erling Haaland and Atletico Madrid's Julian Alvarez. Haaland has reportedly become an obsession for Joan Laporta, with Barcelona's president confident that the Norwegian striker can be prized away from Manchester City. Despite the striker being tied to a contract in England through to 2034 and is reported to be earning £400,000, $533,355 per week. World Cup winning Argentina international Alvarez, who has enjoyed a purple patch ever since he moved to La Liga in 2024, is also under consideration in Catalonia. It is, however, Haaland that remains the dream addition for ambitious Laporta. Isak aiming to deliver for Sweden. Sweden are at risk of losing out on a place at the 2026 World Cup in North America, as they have secured just 1 point from their first 3 matches and are at the bottom of their qualifying group. During the weekend, Sweden went down 2-0 against Switzerland as both their star strikers, Isak and Viktor Gyökeres, failed miserably. The Red Star will now aim to register a goal and bring his national team back to winning ways against Kosovo on Monday. Following the international break, Isak will be back in action for the Reds against rivals Manchester United as the two sides lock horns in a crucial Premier League encounter on October 19th. Liverpool could move for perfect free Marc Guéhi alternative after contract offer rejected. Liverpool nearly signed Marc Guéhi during the summer transfer window, and the Reds could turn their attention elsewhere in 2026, despite Guéhi's Crystal Palace contract winding down. Liverpool nearly signed Marc Guéhi during the summer transfer window. Liverpool is said to be lurking and could make a move to sign Dayot Upamecano as a free agent at the end of the season. Upamecano joined Bayern from RB Leipzig in 2021 and is now into the final year of his deal in Bavaria. Bayern is keen to keep hold of Upamecano, with a new long-term contract on the table for the France international, but Upamecano is not happy with the terms of it. Reports in Germany say that Upamecano's camp has set the player's demands out, and now it is down to Bayern to decide whether to meet those demands. If Bayern refuses to do that, Liverpool could be waiting in the wings to land the 26-year-old on a free transfer. Liverpool currently has 4 senior centre-backs in Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Joe Gomez and Giovanni Leone, but there is some long-term uncertainty for the Reds in that position. Van Dijk is 34, Konate is out of contract at the end of the season, Gomez nearly left on deadline day, and Leone is currently recovering from a serious knee injury. Liverpool was close to signing Marc Guéhi in the summer, and he will also be a free agent at the end of the season, so it will be interesting to see if the Reds favor going back in for Guéhi or turn their attention to Upamecano next year. Liverpool struck a deal for Guéhi on deadline day only for Crystal Palace to pull the plug on it at the 11th hour. Palace chairman Steve Parish explained that decision as he told TalkSport, "It's a difficult decision. It's as simple as that these things are never black and white. Dayot Upamecano is set to become a free agent next year. I decided in the end that, based on the advice that I got and with what I think, that we would have a better season if we kept Marc. We don't guess about these things. If you look at it rationally, if you look at what is worth the place in the Premier League, the fact that we're in the Conference League for the first time in our history, this is a fairly unusual set of circumstances in which to keep a player. If we were fighting between the difference of 10th and 14th, if that was going to be the difference between keeping Marc and letting Marc go, then probably we would have said, right, we should take the money." Guéhi has since been linked with the likes of Barcelona and spoke on his future while on international duty last week. When questioned about the significance of sorting out his personal future, Guéhi responded, "For me, it doesn't matter," adding, "As long as I'm playing well for Palace, there is an opportunity for me to be here." Crystal Palace chairman explains why Marc Guéhi transfer to Liverpool was scrapped. Crystal Palace captain Marc Guéhi was on the verge of joining Liverpool on transfer deadline day before the move collapsed at the 11th hour. Marc Guéhi's move to Liverpool collapsed on transfer deadline day. Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish has revealed the club's historic European campaign was behind the decision to block Marc Guéhi's proposed transfer to Liverpool on deadline day. The Reds had reached an agreement worth $47 million with Palace for the England international defender. Guéhi was granted permission to complete his medical in London on September 1st. But the Eagles' efforts to bring in a replacement collapsed when Brighton's Igor Julio opted for a loan switch to West Ham instead of Selhurst Park. Reports at the time suggested manager Oliver Glasner, keen to retain his captain, had threatened to resign if the defender departed South London. The Anfield switch was subsequently scrapped, with Liverpool now anticipated to make a fresh approach next summer when the 25-year-old will be available on a free transfer. Parish has now confirmed the FA Cup winner's debut European venture was the decisive factor in retaining Guéhi, who can negotiate a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs from January 1st. "It's a difficult decision," Parish told TalkSport. "It's as simple as that these things are never black and white. I decided in the end that, based on the advice that I got and with what I think, that we would have a better season if we kept Marc. We don't guess about these things. If you look at it rationally, if you look at what is worth the place in the Premier League, the fact that we're in the Conference League for the first time in our history, this is a fairly unusual set of circumstances in which to keep a player. If we were fighting between the difference of 10th and 14th, if that was going to be the difference between keeping Marc and letting Marc go, then probably we would have said, right, we should take the money." Guéhi has since been linked with the likes of Barcelona and spoke on his future while on international duty last week. When questioned about the significance of sorting out his personal future, Guéhi responded, For me, it doesn't matter, adding, as long as I'm playing well for Palace, there is an opportunity for me to be here. Whether it's sorted or not, it doesn't matter for me. Personally, I don't know if I can think that far ahead. I like to just take it step by step, and that is just focusing on the games that I have at Palace and any upcoming opportunities one have here.